Right, let's get back to the contradictions in these big tech narratives, and if the layoffs didn't deliver the productivity, what exactly was the market paying for when stock prices would rally on the back of job cut announcements? Well, on the 1st of February 2023, the day Zuckerberg announced the year of efficiency, Meta closed at $153 per share. The next session, it closed at $188, a 23% move in a single day, and roughly $92 billion of market value created between one closing bell and the next. Now consider that against what the cuts actually cost. Meta disclosed $975 million in severance and related benefits for the 11,000 people it let go. So let's call it $88,600 a head. So the announcement was worth roughly 95 times what the layoff itself cost. And the money that came out didn't get reinvested in resilience or training or anything related to the workforce. Alphabet authorized $70 billion of buybacks in April 2023, the same year it cut 12,000 people, and across 2021 to 2025, it repurchased somewhere north of $220 billion of its own stock. Meta repurchased $148 billion over the same window. In other words, much of the money saved through layoffs was used to buy back shares, which helped support the stock price. And that explains why many of these companies later started hiring again. The layoffs created an immediate cost-cutting story that investors liked, and once the headlines faded, companies could rebuild their workforces without attracting the same attention. But then, where did the work actually go if it didn't just evaporate? Indeed's Hiring Lab tracks tech job postings globally, and the share sitting in emerging markets rose from about 16% in early 2020 to nearly 28% by mid-2025. By October 2025, tech postings in the US, the UK, France, Germany, and Canada had fallen below pre-pandemic levels, while postings in emerging economies were running 47% above them. India now hosts over 1,700 global capability centers, which are essentially offshore offices doing the same work as head office. Depending on the role and the seniority, total compensation for an equivalent senior engineer runs somewhere in the range of 3 to 5 times higher in the US than it does in India. So, a cut in California and a higher in Hyderabad net out to a modest headcount reduction and an absolutely huge cost reduction. However, one rung on the jobs ladder never came back. Entry-level software engineering postings are down more than 60% versus 2022. Only 18% of US tech postings in the second quarter of 2025 were open to candidates with a year of experience or less, which is barely moved from 17% 3 years earlier. And Indeed found that 71% of the net increase in US software development postings between May 2025 and May 2026 was concentrated in senior roles. Computer science graduate unemployment is running around 6.1%, computer engineering around 7.5%, against roughly 3.6% for college graduates generally. One Harvard study last year found that firms adopting generative AI mostly aren't firing their juniors. Instead, they've simply stopped posting junior roles at all. The apprenticeship pipeline is being closed off. But there's another bit of detail that contradicts big tech's narratives around layoffs. Vizia tracked 2.4 million employees across 142 organizations and found that managers are rehired at a 68% higher rate than individual contributors. The layer flattening that Jassy and Zuckerberg both named as the entire point of the exercise was the first thing to get rebuilt.